I first started VRTravellers, this tour was a bit different than I have just told it. It was disorganized. I've made a few notes since then, but it's still mostly the same. You see, the Painter Tour is completely improv. There is no script. Everything you've heard is from the heart, with a bit too much personal things put in. And it's going to stay that way, because that's how it should be. Each time you go on the Painter, it's going to be different. I won't follow the lines because there's no script. Aside from the item list and a few other things, that's what this tour is about.
Please make your way to the prep room. We are due to begin shortly.
Oh, I'm sure your spells are gonna have misfire once in a while.
Please make your way to the prep room.
Oh yeah.
We are beginning shortly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Usually, if I remember.
Wait, where's Rendiza?
Not sure if I'll stick around.
Turn off your locomotion, I can tell.
Yeah, I think Sheen does it if he doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
You know, sometimes it's nice to just sit down and skip.
Yeah, turn mine off at times too. But yeah, I was saying, I'm surprised Thrill's not here, but at the same time,
that's
Thrill's
really
running with his ISP at the moment.
Guessing Trade Jam was
so...
going to be, guessing Trade Jam was going to be running the show for now.
Okay.
No, that's
That's because I was kind of curious as to what he would say.
Sheen runs this tour. This is Sheen's tour.
Why? No. Just to know. Just to know. I'm gonna not literally kill you, but I'm going to kill you for bringing that up.
I'll make sure that
That is even more nervous.
He's not even like the world anywhere either. I don't see him.
It's like, alright, random person number one, you go here. Random person number two,
You brought it up.
here. Everyone else
No, you brought up the bio. You brought up the bio. Which I was Yes, exactly. So now I feel even more nervous. More like a freaking stalker. And now you brought that up. So
Is I?
He brought that up.
I don't know if he can gritty. What does he have? I don't. Oh yeah.
First thing you do is check someone's bio.
Put on his elf shoes.
And then you turn on their
elf-like as they are in the game.
Well, yeah,
Are they not?
they're like not a guess.
Maybe I'm just going crazy.
Real.
Because if they're a guess, 9 times out of 10 they have a crash rabbit. No, either that or they're a kid.
Feels not allowed.
Yeah. How long have you had that one?
What the?
Yes. I don't want to be snaily anymore. Fuck that.
Very diverse avatars.
Oh.
Do you have any word on Sheen?
Learning all of the older avatars that people have.
Sheen is on his way. Don't worry.
Very good.
Hearing slowly coming back.
Must be in an ether jam.
The ringing stopped.
Does this emo avatar still work? It's very annoying.
Which one?
So,
Looks like it.
Nice teeth.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's the annoying part. You can do this.
That's neat.
Oh yeah, you didn't see that world, did you?
I need to stop scalloping in my chair, shrimp.
I have two
What the
worlds to show
fuck?
you. There's a world that
I love
came
that
up
image.
called Neon Divide Season 3, Undercity. I have to show you that. I also have to show you the rowing world, which is kind of cool. It's dumb, it's simple, but it's...
Oh shit, I didn't realize you had a tail this whole time.
I did? You think you could kill simultaneously?
Yeah, you have the,
ball tail.
Yeah, you have the anime ears and tail turned on.
I know the ears I have, but not the tail.
How many do you need to simultaneously?
What time is it?
I'm so surprised that it's here. This is really personal. It just popped in.
That's going to set you
You're
back.
gonna do one dance with a VR. What does that look like?
So I want...
What one dance?
Well, then being
I'll have to like go into their server and just kind of set everything up.
Oh yeah, I don't know if it requires legs, so I don't know if I can do it. But
That's what
the
I'm
I feel so
wondering.
nervous still.
I cannot.
I don't have an embarrassed face to show how nervous I am.
Oh, you sure you're not bad for a
Hopefully I'm
dance? You didn't point.
just the
I am nervous about it. I'm really nervous about it.
You should.
I thought she meant do an entire side
You
flip.
bringing that up about the bios made me
That too.
nervous.
Like
At least
as the
before, when
waves
I was believing that he
make
was saying
toward
he,
the pebbled
and
shore, so
my
do
he
our
thing,
minutes
and just a
hasten to
misunderstanding
their
of voice
end,
marker.
each changing place with that which goes before. In sequent toil, all forwards do contend. Nativity, once in the main of light, crawls to maturity, wherewith being crowned. Crooked eclipses against his glory flight, and time that gave doth now his gift confound. Time doth transfix the flourish set on youth, and delves the parallels in beauty's brow. Feeds on the rarities of nature's truth. And, my friends, nothing stands but for his scythe to mow. Times in hope my verse shall stand, praising thy worth, despite the observer's cruel hand. Welcome to VR Travelers, friends. Welcome to the rendezvous. My friends, we are VR Travelers, a group of friends that create wholesome, story-based tours with original writing, beautiful worlds, voice acting, and wholesome team effort. This place was created as a contact point to the narrative domain. And my friends, it is there we shall return. Tonight, we go toward the first split, the crack, where the timelines diverge, and yet where they seek to unite. Who is responsible for this? Why do they fold back in on themselves? These timelines, always going toward what hastens their life. An outside observer would say that these timelines are like the observers themselves, that inhabit them, that watch them from their own lines above. Everything is waves watching one another, depending on one another for life. If only there were a way for everything to look in the same direction at the same time. A path of unity. Travelers, you are about to embark on a wholesome journey, a story-based tour. In a moment, we will open a portal to the narrative domain. My friends, you are welcome to stream and or record this event. Our tours are free and just for fun. Now then, travelers, for those of you in front of me, kindly step aside as I will open a portal to the world of the painter.
Dun dun dun.
Move, man, move.
If it works.
Yes, I would recommend everyone just like giving out.
It should
I
work.
wonder if there's anyone here who doesn't know what the world
Oh, they fixed that?
Like Moses polishing this. Generally back up.
No, I don't believe we have many new people who would have. It depends on someone's client.
Since we did the painter.
Gotcha.
Wait for it. Do not enter. Do not enter until the portal stabilizes. My friends, the portal is stable. Please enter.
What is green handlebar?
Full body as well. That sounds fun.
Like you're having
Sadly, I do not.
someone sending a
Yeah, he doesn't have a
spark
boop.
of lightning.
Boop yet.
I have no boops. I have no boops.
Boop's nice.
Well, it's easy. It's just doing this and poking the news. Oh, right. The whole glitch that happens.
Make sure to have
Oh, that's right. There's a mirror here.
Yeah, easy to forget. For me, though, I do have a boop installed. Thanks to the
It's like your new
soundtrack.
avatar, Kitty. At least I haven't seen it before.
You can also do it with water. It's just because of grapes they have a high water content. If you have like
Yeah, stick very, very close to the tour guides. You will get lost. Trust me.
I can't wait.
I'm so happy that
Yeah, so stick near the tour guide for this one.
Okay, alright, let's see. Bless this guy. You got it. You got it.
Actually, since
You
we have
got
a
me.
mirror here, I want to see if I can fix something.
I can help you fix up.
How do you know that? Have you been to the center of the galaxy? Real?
I really can't tell who's doing
What if
beatboxing.
I want them to taste like blueberries? What about that?
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
I just want to friend you.
Okay, well, it's
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Counting down.
5,
That means
I wanted to friend you
4,
he will
I
start
want to practice
narrating.
beatboxing. I don't know anyone else who tries it. So,
2,
it would be cool if we practice.
1. Travelers, welcome to as far as I can take you. Near time crash 0. Welcome to the world of the painter. Travelers, a few notes before we begin. This is a story-based tour, and as with any tour in the real world, I kindly ask that you remain silent during narration. However, travelers, please feel welcome to talk while we walk. As always, working together is imperative. Travelers, there are a few notes about this world. Listen carefully. This is an unfinished world that is doomed to never be finished. How fitting. To my left and your right is a button on the wall that says, if you respawned or fell out of the map, please press this button. It's right next to our dearest, most handsomest Trajum's head. Everyone, remember this. That button must be clicked every time you return to this room. Should you fall out of the map, should you hit the respawn button, you must walk over there and click this button before you do anything else. If you do not do this, your music will be all miscombobulated, and you will not hear the correct music of the tour. Everyone, walk over there and click that button now.
Pyramid already gave me the deets.
Click.
Ooh,
doors.
Ooh, doors.
You will notice that doors have appeared behind you. These doors are shortcuts to the various places of this world, which brings me to my next point, travelers. This is one of the largest worlds ever created in VR chat. Every door you see, nearly every door, can be opened. It is extremely easy to get lost, and I highly implore you to please refrain from wandering off away from the group. Instead, stay with the tour group. Otherwise, you'll miss the fatal observance necessary. Well then, travelers, it's about time that we revisit this place. After all, he's been waiting. Everyone, please click the large red X behind me.
Woo!
Oh dear, where are we? I swear I only had one whiskey shot that night.
Well, we definitely entered in an old school RPG.
Yeah.
Travelers, listen carefully. Welcome to the room of the painter. Ah, we have portraits of peace, serenity, perhaps longing, chaos, and even rage. Travelers, look around this house, take your time, and when you've had enough, meet me by the front door.
Equal if I were to be holding a video, but it looks like some kind of detective game.
You fit right in, Pokemon.
I'm Stubbs.
Do not question.
So, wait, willpower? Are you saying you're a Green Lantern?
Yes.
Huh.
Look, there are more people
Oh, I just got it.
Saying it wrong.
Oh.
You can just call me Nick. Nick? Okay.
That's
ISL, why are you so tiny?
Need salt.
Why do you keep being tiny?
I don't like the movement speed in this world, so I go small so it feels like I'm moving fast.
Just play some League of Legends, you'll get way too much salt.
Say, did you enjoy the countdown sync?
Oh yeah.
What were you gonna say, dear man?
Oh, here's where the party's at.
And it's just a constant
Right
stream
here.
for letter A.
Yeah.
Travelers, your time has expired. For those of you downstairs, I know you can hear me. Come on upstairs and join the group. My friends, look around. A lot of hard work has gone into this place, just for you. Yes. Once you've had your fill, once you've had a thought or two about what has happened in the creation of the walls here, please go outside this front door and wait for me by the well. But travelers, don't jump in the well, because if you do, I'll have to wait for you and help you out, because we'll never leave you behind. This way, friends.
I have a feeling everyone's just going to L-man proof that well because we know me.
Thank God I'm not Jones this time.
Wow. Alright, play. Wow. No, I know this tempting. Tempting. Do not. His name is my name. Temptation.
Hey, you're standing in water.
It's temptation. Do not fall into temptation.
It's gonna take you about 30,000 presses of the jump.
If you jump in, well, I'll have to help you get out.
No, don't understand.
I thought this was a duck. I thought that was a duck.
It can be a duck. You're not the only one.
Look, it has a bill, the head, and a very fluffy butt. And legs.
My greatest enemy.
What? I thought.
Oh, gold coin!
It has the shape of a duck.
Travelers, gather around. Travelers, gather around. The story will begin. 10,000 thank yous for your cooperation. One morning, the painter wakes up. He goes outside and watches as he is greeted by the village chief. The village chief reminds him that preparations for the wedding tomorrow are underway. The painter thinks of his friends and how excited he is for them to have a new beginning. He then lowers his head and inhales as a wave of unexpected pain hits him. It's in the back of his mind. He remembers he was commissioned to paint a portrait of this wedding. He looks at the ground for a while as the wind blows, and the village chief walks away. He realizes he doesn't have the pigments needed to complete this portrait. He realizes that the ingredients for those pigments are at the good doctor's house, and that is where he must go today. My friends, please don't explore for now. You will have time for that later. For now, kindly follow me to his house. This way.
Is it just me, or when I heard the good doctor, all I thought was an SCP?
You're not the only one.
His name is Shatan.
Rap BP?
One idea I had. Instead of having...
No, like, because, like, the plague doctor
The
SCP,
real
like, calls, like,
SCP
any,
was the
like,
friends we
doctor's
made
good
along the
doctor.
way.
Like, in the interview thing.
I forgot you had to click the wall. It's been so long.
This smells like wood.
It's been so long.
I'm so used to automatic walk through the place and it takes you there.
Yeah,
I knew I should have
doesn't
taken
have
a left at
auto load
Albuquerque.
yet. You have to click the edges, so...
It doesn't
Well,
work.
I mean, what
I
you
need to
could
run
do
the
was attach a, like a plane that has
My
the
friends,
wheel symbol on it.
listen.
And have it attach the head and where those are.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I have been informed we're waiting for just a few more. Apologies, friends. A few more are on their way.
Imagine having
So I'm guessing they're exploring even though you said not to explore.
At least you're
That is stragglers, which happens.
Oh, rule
Oh
breakers.
no. Oh no. Listen carefully. If you see that someone is exploring, even though we told them not to explore, you should feel happy because they were so excited. They wanted to see this beautiful place, and they disobeyed because that feeling of excitement was so great. No, no, no. Don't reprimand them. Be happy that this place excited them so, as it did you, your first time here.
We'll give them one polygonal cookie.
Here, but yes.
I prefer pixel cookies.
Okay,
Have
that was a good one.
rope? Pixel cookies are delicious.
Ah,
Never had
fellow
one.
fan of pixel.
Sounds lovely.
Sir, did you take the high levels of sass?
Any
Oh,
long
oh
enough
no.
rope solves any problem.
Misfit and Eagle fighting it down.
Hold on.
Who
My
shall
God, give me a second.
I can't read that sign.
Hold on, where is it?
I think Equal's going down.
That sign is in
Well,
Italian.
I can't read it, but I can't smell it.
Ooh. And
Okay, why did why give me the first verse of the Bible?
4. Oh, he's back up. He's back up before the bell. Round 2.
I took off my. I threw off my jacket and my mask, and I became Luffy.
Hey, Red, come on, you throw left, do the right hooker, come on.
This whole time.
Get him in the gut.
Uppercut.
His weak spot.
This is pre-time
The
skip
Bible verse was
because
in
I
Japanese.
don't know anything
Grab him
about
by
after
the
time
tie.
skip.
Oh dear.
I try to pretend I
Oh
know.
dear, it appears Equal has picked up his opponent.
And an image of an action man saying it.
Wait, you can do that?
Travelers, apologies. Apologies for the delay. We're trying to get a few people that have had difficulty joining. 10,000 apologies. All right, the tour continues. Travelers,
As long as I'm able to lick a rock.
jump. I'm sorry, what did you say? As long as you could lick a rock? As you can see, there are 10,000 rocks around here, enough for you to lick. But my only request is that you take time to watch the clock, as we have somewhere to be. Please lick away, but listen carefully. My friends, jump carefully. Take care not to fall off the cliffs, I repeat. This is a bit of parkour, friends. Do not fall off the cliffs and jump carefully. Follow me.
Hardcore parkour!
Oh dear.
Awesome!
You'd think for a mountain goat I'd be better at this.
Let's go!
Half mountain goat on my bad side.
Trust me, I've been 3D. I've been in those 3D platform.
Just drag your tongue behind you. You can lick mini rocks on the way.
Experience with this.
Yes.
Jump, jump, jump.
Yes.
Jump, 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 jump.
Alright. It appears these jumps are
I
not
can
too
actually
bad.
do the platforming.
Here.
Computer.
Oh yeah, let me make sure my student does not fall.
The UV stretched on that. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, bud.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear. Well, that's what the rope is for.
Click interact.
Look at this lovely house.
Oh my god, I remember the first, not even the first time, what was it? There was one rerun of The Painter where I came up here, the music was too loud and Sheen was mumbling something about
This tree
like,
is old.
Oh, what was he mumbling about? He was mumbling some hint or some crap to Yuyush, I believe.
But yeah, like I was saying, basically, as your things down, you get, instead of the mute going above your head, you have the mute
We
like
have
straight
several
at the
great
base.
losses today.
But what you can do is that you attach
you know, visualization, if I look at you from up here, with the exception of this tree in the way, your head kind of blends in with the black.
These stairs taste like rock.
When I look at you at the right angle.
Present.
Remind me of these.
If I do it in the right angle, it's like
permadeath forever.
Oh yeah.
In real life.
you don't have a head at the right angle. You're headless. Or do you have a headless
I
horseman?
ate dinner before you enter my head. I know, so sad.
You just give him a try.
But it doesn't seem to work
What?
at all.
You can read minds?
Pick up a green mushroom.
No.
Testing
The coloring of his head matches the black void of the top there. So looking at him at the right angle kind of looks like he's headless.
Survival spell.
Oh, you don't like the color black?
Holy shit.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's coincidental matching, so it's like right angle makes it like his head can hide in there. I mean, if his head was white and that was white,
It is time. Travelers, my friends, listen carefully. The story continues. The painter makes his way up the mountain path to the good doctor's house. It's quiet up here. It's above the clouds. Monsters and wild animals seem to avoid this place. The painter wonders if it's the herbs the good doctor and his family put around the place. The good doctor seems to know a lot about many things that the painter doesn't understand. But he disregards it for now, and he makes his way inside. Travelers, follow me inside and find a place to sit. This way.
I found my seat.
My seat.
Imagine having a seat.
Mine. Okay, so guys, bacon,
Chicken nugget.
but no games, or unlimited games, or no games.
Oh my god.
What kind of house doesn't have
Hey,
cookies?
hey guys, this plant smells like chicken nugget.
Yes, I'm gonna have to put the counter on. No, not again.
Good.
Take a sniff. Take a sniff. It smells like chicken nuggets.
What?
Dear diary,
I'm pretty sure that's just carbon monoxide.
we have enough
Where are these pipes pumping?
You're wrong. Plants take in carbon dioxide. They release oxygen, but also the aroma of chicken nuggets.
This one can.
Yeah, no, this.
No, I haven't. Nope, I haven't eaten any chicken nuggets. I know what it smells
My
like.
friends, put down the chicken nugget, for the story continues. The painter sits down with the good doctor and his family. They exchange pleasantries, the table is served, and they begin to eat. The good doctor talks more than anyone else at the table. His wife agrees and speaks occasionally, and the daughter doesn't say a word, and she watches. The painter looks around at the ceramic bowls, the fireplace. He studies the fabric in the tablecloth, and he wonders what was used to dye it green. Eventually, the painter realizes that it's time to go. They finish dinner. The painter thanks them for the meal, and he stands without looking at his host, because that pain from near the well still is there, ever so mildly. The painter looks at the back door. He feels something. It's distant, cold, and familiar. The good doctor walks away, as if to let the painter explore whatever's bothering him. Everyone else has seemed to left the room as well, The painter picks up the pigments that he needs for the portrait, and he walks out the back door. My friends, this way.
I'm taking the chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Bacon.
Unlimited bacon. But no games.
Delicious.
There's gonna be plenty chicken nuggets for the whole
Unlimited
tour.
games. But no games.
It's out.
What lies beyond the barrels? One doesn't know.
There it is.
I need a pillow.
Hey, careful! If you accidentally shoot it, it might explode like in Gmod.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear.
My friends,
No, do it. I want to see
listen carefully. At this time, make sure your world music is turned on. Music is an important part of the story. The painter thinks. What is that thought? I don't understand. My friends, listen carefully. Open this door, open the box, and be silent. Just for a little while. This way. Music is a mysterious thing. It can make one remember moments long forgotten. Things one may have wanted to forget or wanted to remember. This music belonged to the painter. It reminds him of a woman far away from here. Hence, the name of this song, His Faraway Promise. As the notes play, the painter realizes he doesn't know the woman's name. He doesn't even know what she looks like. All he knows is that she exists. And if he wants to continue, he must find her. My friends, at this time, please turn your world music down, off. While you do this, listen. The painter stands for a while and eventually makes his way back. My friends, thank you for observing this story thus far. I promise it's more exciting from here. Please, let's make haste to follow the painter back to Lahan Village. This way, everyone.
Let's get some chicken nuggets.
Chicken wings.
Can we get some chicken
Szechuan sauce. That sounded a bit like it.
Chicken nuggets.
With the Szechuan sauce.
Oh. down.
Gas, gas,
Step on the gas.
And he
I tried to do a 360.
Oh wait, hold on.
Wait.
There we go.
They fell for the chicky nuggies.
No rock will be left unlicked. Especially you, pebble on the ground.
My friends, the painter makes his way across the mountain path. As he gets closer, he sees a glow, an orange-red glow. What? Something's not right. The village. The painter runs. My friends, this way.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Obligatory Sonic joke.
You were right. I saw that you were in the cosmos.
Which way are we going?
This way.
We're going to the Batman cave.
Faster.
Yeah, everything seems in order.
Yeah, that's because this is
wood.
A world without any visual effects.
Ah, I see. I see where this is going.
A prototype that will never come to fruition, sadly.
How sad. Back to my
Almost went too far.
Rice cake.
As a reminder, your music is supposed to be turned off at this point.
Oh, it is? Shit.
Oh, I wanted to hear happy music when the village is burning down. Also a rock.
And stone.
Brothers.
So small, I could just flick my finger and you'd fly off.
My friends, the story continues. The painter makes his way back, and he finds the village on fire. Everyone in a panic. He looks up and freezes. There are mechs. Long rifles drawn. They are hovering over the village. He now understands all that his friends, all his loved ones, all that he holds dear is under attack. The painter sprints. He scrambles from house to house to save his loved ones, his friends. Chaos ensues through the gunfire and flames. The painter manages to bring many people to the outskirts, but he stops. He feels a heavy weight on his head. It almost throws him to the ground. He looks up, and he begins to black out. Just as his vision fades, a winged, dark mech with glowing eyes soars across the sky. My friends, this way.
Unfortunately,
So we aren't getting the chicken nuggets?
I'm gonna have to leave y'all.
Nope.
Yeah, they've been overcooked.
Here we go. We're on the
There's the iceberg that killed the Titanic.
Whoa.
Oh shit.
Wait! I can destroy the iceberg before the Titanic hits it.
Don't. I don't think you should. I don't think you should.
Screaming.
I'm sorry. So bad. So
Oh, it's like one of those
Minecraft.
My friends, gather around. The story continues. Travelers, at this time, go to your menu and turn world music back on to where you can clearly hear the melody. The painter awakens. He sits up. The ground around him is singed, burnt to an ash. There is a column of smoke coming from where the village used to be. He watches it rising into the sky. Everything that he has ever known, ever had, is now gone. Where are the survivors? What happened? Confused and disoriented, he looks around. The painter watches the mountains around where the village used to be. He doesn't remember them. He doesn't remember coming to this village. The thought makes his head hurt, and he can't remember the name of anyone in Lahan village. The painter stands up and looks the other way. He sees a forest, and beyond it, a desert, the great desert. The painter doesn't have anything left. He can't remember anything behind him, and before him is only the unknown. My friends, the painter walks, as the only thing left is the memory of the woman from the song. This way.
Ooh, into the ocean.
We are Jeebus.
I'm Jesus.
We are Jeebus. No. For religious reasons, we are renaming him to Jeebus.
Do not click anything. I repeat, travelers, do not click anything.
Or you will be brought to a world that you don't understand. I didn't notice this until now. How long has that been?
Now, listen carefully. The painter doesn't know where he's going, but he is not a fool. He knows wandering into the desert without supplies is suicide. Therefore, he must stop in the trade town of Dazil. My friends, there is a glitch with this world. There is a chance that when you click the town of Dazil, you may accidentally fall through the world. If this happens, please remember to click the reset music button in the spawn room, and then return here. I apologize for this glitch. Everyone, please enter Dazil.
Fun fact, you can...
Oh, thank God I...
This place might be
Let me give you a
nice.
boost.
Dancing his hand.
This hometown.
So much more fun.
Yeah. That's cowardly compared to Sam.
Metal is basically purified.
You gotta make models invisible.
Where's some granite? Where's some granite rock? I haven't had granite in a long time.
I tried some quartz.
Don't go too much
Something that can make me cloak and uncloak without any
Sword?
problems.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It just tasted good.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
A bit hard, but it's good.
Yeah, that's still the wrong one.
Like, It's fine.
There you go.
That's what happens when you enter these rock careers. Much better than wine tasting careers, I will say that much.
My friends, welcome to the desert trade city of Brazil. You'll never find a place more full of scum and villainy in the galaxy than here. Now then, listen carefully. The painter walks the streets of Brazil looking for the supplies he needs. Thus brings us to our first quest, travelers. This quest will give you 5 minutes to complete, and I will be waiting for you over there, next to the desert sand buggy. Gather there when you have completed the quest, and do not be late. Travelers, you must find 5 items. Number 1, a red toolbox. Number 2, a lone spare tire. It must be lone, not in a group. Number 3, a shotgun. Number 4, a bar with many bottles. Number 5, a water well to fill the bottles with water. Your quest begins now. Good luck!
Alright, 5 minutes of the...
Okay, so... Nice. I found a really gnarly guitar.
Hold down, haha. Nothing you can prove.
He must live there.
I can't get over.
I use the stairs like a normal person. Just jumping over the...
Right near the entrance.
Tire we look, and many rocks.
Shotgun.
There's
Chloe, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah. Lone tire, which I think is right here. Is our lone tire. Red toolbox.
I can't see or hear Shin.
I'm not gonna get a bird's eye view. Shin, you can hear him?
Yeah.
See him?
No, I had this issue last time too. We did troubleshooting already.
Really? Blocking and unblocking anyone doesn't help? So, here's what you can do. Click on me, and then use the arrows at the top to tab over until you find him.
Will it go alphabetically? No, it won't.
No, it won't. You just go until you see him.
I just went through everyone, he's not showing up there. Yeah.
I don't know how that works. So it went back
It was like-
all the way back to me?
Yeah. And to check even further, I went to the next one to make sure it was
I forgot
de-armored.
that the buggy is made out
And
of
it
metal,
was.
which is purified rock.
It's weird. Huh. Have you tried restarting VRChat totally?
What's
Coming back?
item?
Yeah, I closed it and reopened it.
Shotgun, toolbox, water well.
Oh, shotgun.
Huh.
Oh, I
Yeah, I walked past.
Shin blocked me and unblocked me. Yeah, you can just, I guess. Yeah, I can find him there, but that's it.
Good shot.
I found him on there, and I can't do anything from there except friend or unfriend.
Less than 1 minute left, friends. I
Oh,
repeat,
is that what that's
less
for?
than 1 minute left. Please stay here.
I mean, that's what shotgun was about way back in the day. That's why it's called shotgun.
That's what he did for the animation.
Fine, I'll get your double. To go back home.
I can't wait until I get home.
Go back
Yes.
home.
I have tasted so many rocks. I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this.
I
One
can just show you when
rocks.
I'm going to call.
I don't see him still.
Yeah, you just did it in front of that buggy.
Yeah, that didn't work
In
either.
my opinion, the desert was a little better.
Yo.
You know,
Yeah, and I
just
checked
really
that this
had
village
that
had
saltiness.
And that really
It's
sucks.
not on the menu, but it was rocks. I'm not blaming them.
Yeah, it does.
I'm on PC now. Because I can't use my rifts on this world.
We're in a desert. The desert is technically made
Weird.
out of many, many tiny
Yeah, I kept accepting your invites.
Exactly.
This is actually
Requests.
it shows up there.
Yeah. Hopefully this recording looks okay. It's PC mode, so it kind of sucks. But
Hey, so after this is the town further over, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think that one other's an Easter egg.
Are we still here for a minute? Because I might.
Another Easter egg.
We'll
Oh,
be
this
going
one
to the ship next.
The little tank thing.
We're like, yeah, the little thing.
Travelers,
Right.
your attention,
I'm going to,
please.
restart
Gather
again and see
around.
if-
The story
After I've blocked
continues.
if restarting helps. I'm gonna actually.
The painter gathers the supplies he needs. And he has money. He hands it over. And he rents a sand buggy. He drives into the desert. My friends, this way.
I've also licked the sand
I
buggy.
figured out how to get into the world.
I'm on PC.
Beep.
Yeah,
Oh, there she is.
Then yeah, it's probably the Rift Clan. Oh, that sucks.
Can't wait to get my index back.
Bamboo. Bamboo. Oh, yeah.
Cars are so fucked up because who thought of hobbling metal together and then putting fucking flammable liquid inside?
Probably sentient atoms or something.
Yes.
Travelers, the story continues. The painter rolls across the dunes for a long, long time, up and down. His body shifts as he holds on to the wheel left and right. He watches the horizon as it doesn't change. He can hear the wind outside. Why is the desert wind so loud? Finally, it gets dark. And then, without warning, it's suddenly cold. The painter realizes his mistake. He realizes he doesn't know what he's doing. He realizes he doesn't know where he's going, what he's running from, even why he is running. For a brief moment, he thinks of the woman. But then, he sees something on the horizon, a light. He hopes for something meaningful, something to change his path, a different path than this. And it gets closer. The light is a ship, a sand ship. It's military. There are cannons lining the side. And the painter realizes that there's a war going on this continent. And he realizes his second mistake. He turns off the engine, turns off his lights, and sits down, hoping to be unnoticed. The ground rumbles as the vessel nears. It stops, and the painter knows that it's too late. He can hear troops outside calling for those to exit, and he does, and is arrested. My friends, the painter has been taken prisoner by the Bledavik military. And we must join him. My friends, do not leave the first room, and everyone, please enter the Bledavik sand ship this way.
Oh boy.
Just a little bit.
Just
a
a touch.
Very famous room.
Beeping.
Beeping.
You
Hey, Crip.
You did beep that horn pretty hard,
This is like
Trajan.
fucked up and evil gravity falls at it.
Better than wine testing.
Wow.
I couldn't get past first wine.
Thank you.
Travelers, welcome. The painter sits down on one of the beds, and he thinks with his head in his hands. All the questions that I've previously asked all of you are in his mind. All of you should be thinking about them. Where is the painter from? What has he done?
Paint.
Where is he going? Do any of you know? Do you think that I know? Do you think that it's possible to know? Perhaps that should be on your mind. But for now, a question surfaces, yes. A riddle, perhaps. A trick question, maybe. Something that must be answered. For those of you standing near between the beds, please clear the way. Because now I must ask all of you to answer this. Does complete mutual understanding exist? And if it does exist, how do you define it? If you are brave enough to answer this question, stand between the beds in front of me and speak.
Don't know. Ooh.
Ether memento. Does complete mutual understanding exist? And if it does, how do you define it?
I'd say yes, it does. I define it as ultimate unity. That which observes all and sees all, yet does not necessarily feel separately. It feels everything, sees everything.
I see. It is all-knowing, as you say, but you keep using the word ether memento. It. What do you mean by it? Who is it?
You'll have to keep researching, Abel.
Either are you really trying to test something or stress something you shouldn't?
Interesting answer. Axleg 8R.
Axel Gator.
Axel Gator, apologies. Well then,
None
the
taken.
floor is yours.
Alright. Does complete mutual understanding exist? Is that the question?
That is the question, and if your answer that is that it does exist, you must follow up with, how do you define it?
I defined it when you can speak freely with no fear whatsoever. Once this is achieved, that is complete understanding achieved.
When you can speak freely. This answer is wonderful. I must ask you, who are the parties in this transaction of communication? Speak freely to who? Who would provide limitations that would the speaker be free from?
The participants within the relationship, whether it's with a friend or someone you love. Once you can speak completely freely with them, it has been achieved.
I see. Well then, this answer is wonderful, but I have a follow-up question for you. Axe.
Ask away.
Tell me this. If the participants in this transaction are family members, one that the asker truly loves, what is the degree that they place on the asker for the limitation? And if they are so forgiving because they are family members, how does the asker know that they are truly free? And their question, even if they accept.
I would see it as mutual reciprocation. If you can provide the ability to hear someone freely without any judgment and the other can do the same, that is when you know it is authentic.
I disagree. If the family members cannot communicate their inner private thoughts to the asker, even if they are family, how do they know that it is truly mutual?
In the end, it only comes down to a leap of faith, no?
A leap of faith. Ah, yes. Now we're on the same level. Thank you, Axe. This was absolutely wonderful. We have time for only one more, friends. Who else will take the floor?
May I, Sheen, or should I let someone else do it?
I believe Sodas is raising their hand.
Oh,
Apologies,
yes,
dear
please,
mid.
go. I'll say mine for later.
It's fine.
If you can remember it for later.
I will.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
The floor is yours, Sodas.
Complete mutual understanding is like that one episode of Family Guy where Peter and the chicken stop fighting.
I don't know what I expected from you.
Silence. Silence, travelers. You all laugh, but within the narrative of Family Guy, the chicken is meant to fight Peter, despite whatever thoughts he may have as a character. There is their background provided. Exactly. Peter fights as well, given the circumstance. It is not justified, many would say, but they fight. And they stop when that understanding is achieved. So, what is it that truly stops them from fighting? Because the absurdness of their battle between episodes is obviously more powerful than that reason, yet they stop. So something else must be going on. Something that breaks the law of why they exist to oppose each other. Sodas at sundown. When they stop for the final time, neither of them have died, yet they have almost completely killed each other each time. They have encountered one another. So why is it that they really stop, Sodas? What's controlling
wrote it.
Seth
MacFarlane wrote it that way.
MacFarlane wrote it. And that brings me to my final question. This is a little bit different, Sodas. Don't answer so quickly this time. I encourage you to think. Why did Seth MacFarlane write them to stop?
Because it's a cutaway gag and it's funny.
Does that seriously take you a while to think of that?
I think it's because they're stronger.
I mean, there's plenty of other reasons, but it's probably the best
Well,
one.
it was a continuity. I was thinking because
I see.
Go with Dolly. Reverts time backwards.
Yes.
They unfight each other.
That is actually accurate. Thank you, Sodas. My friends.
No fucking way.
The story continues.
No fucking way.
Sonny walked ass backwards into the right answer.
Well, it's not the right answer to the riddle.
No.
The sunny dubs keep on coming.
Into a right answer, apparently.
The painter sits. He looks up out the porthole and he sees the sand dunes. The sky is dark. He can see the moonlight, but he can't see the moon. He sees something in the distance. Something under the sand. It's kicking up a lot of dust. It's coming toward the vessel. What is that? Suddenly, the vessel is struck, and the painter falls from the bed onto the floor. The vibration continues. The painter stands up. What's going on? Struck again. The room shakes. The painter watches as the door falls from its frame. He's free. But it's not safe. My friends, listen carefully. This sand cruiser is under attack, and the painter must find a way out before it sinks. And thus, all of you must as well. Everyone, your next quest is as follows. Find a way out of the sinking vessel before it's too late. Good luck!
Let's hope this isn't quicksand.
I don't suggest going this way. I don't
Sonny,
recommend
that was
going this
absolutely
way.
beautiful. God bless you. Not the right way.
You're not following the rat. You fooled us
I was
all.
following Trajan.
I
It's
figured
been
that
like a
was
year.
probably the best way.
It's been too long. I forgot how everything works.
Familiar. Like I've been here
It's not. This is not.
No, team, no.
Where am I? Oh.
I don't.
Type of material. I got
Oh. Oh.
Uh-oh.
This way. Oh, it's this way, right? Yeah, it's back this way.
We're in more of a video game domain, so you probably just lost a life, and you have a few extra.
Lives are not
I like that
I can
play.
live forever.
Sonny is fried.
Oh jeez,
Body's still there. Call the ambulance. Can't help, man.
I'm taking my sweet time going across these gaps. Technically,
I didn't remember that last room. I got lost.
I didn't remember the first room.
I didn't remember.
Yeah, we are.
The first room either.
Sheen fell.
I followed Trajan when he went the wrong way.
My training in front of
more people, hey, don't go here.
I've learned my lesson to follow you everywhere. You don't actually know
Unless he played it off really well.
It's been a year since I've been in this world, and I'm following Trajan.
Wow, fake fan, fake fan.
Yeah, Trajan beat
I really want to jump off
they
this.
really, that person really.
My
fell.
friends.
Yeah.
Panda fell and it was really funny. My friends, the story continues. The painter runs up the crane and he sees the dark mech below. The dark mech. Yes, the same one. My friends, this is the only way. Jump. Jump for your lives.
Okay.
I could easily find the cock. I want to do this in real life too.
Well, Shane, we missed whatever you were saying because we kind of fell off the thing before we made it to the top. And I'm pretty sure to no one's surprise, I broke my bones on that fall.
Yeah, no surprise.
Yes.
You really need to go
Very
to
comedically timed.
the Aperture Science and get the long
done it.
How does a robot break his bone?
I've done it. I have licked every single nanoparticle from the inside of the ship, and the ship itself, and all the other metal components.
That's the closest thing we have a word for.
He knows how to.
Synthetic life form. Carbon.
Travelers, the story continues.
Oh, that's terrible.
The painter doesn't know who attacked the ship or why. He doesn't care. He finds his way through the flames of the sinking vessel to the upper deck. There it is, the dark mech. He looks at the chest plate, and it opens. He doesn't understand how, but he pilots the dark mech, sprinting away from the wreckage. He doesn't make it far, as now his path is suddenly blocked. A crimson mech slides across the dune in front of him, ripping the sand in front of it. He stands staring at his foe. Two segmented golden whips hang from each arm. A black eye patch covers one of the head sensors, and a large white feather adorns the head armor. The painter tries to move around his opponent, but it quickly strikes the ground at the dark mech's feet, leveling the dune between them. They stare each other down as the sand slowly falls around their metal armor, gleaming under the hot desert sun. The painter prepares to fight for his life, and this is your next quest, travelers. The crimson mech strikes the sand again. It's fast. The painter has a window for action. What does he do? You have 30 seconds to answer.
Mother's instinct.
Break the wrist, break the wrist, break the wrist.
Yes, break the. Yes, just break the wrist off.
Break his ankles.
I like Mother's instincts.
Yeah, it's funny because we don't actually have any options.
We turn the music back on. Someone left behind.
Perhaps. Oh.
10,
It's funny if you
9,
know the pilot.
8, 7, 6,
What was the option?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time has expired.
No. Guess you had to hit me.
Vidvision fly. Vidvisionify, yes. Hello there.
Hi.
The crimson mech attacks. What will the painter do?
We're gonna go for the wrist.
The crimson mech's golden whip flies, gleaming through the sunlight. It crackles hard against the sand, narrowly missing the dark mech's leg. The painter rolls, and he sees an opening. Quickly, he brings his fist down hard and strikes the Crimson Mech's wrist. The armor explodes. The whip breaks, and the Crimson Mech's right arm is disarmed, and tremendous damage has been dealt. The painter rights himself and readies his defense. The Crimson Mech whips its left hand hard against his hand, revs its hover engines, and prepares to attack. My friends, what will the painter do? You have 30 seconds.
Use the force of his heads to suplex him.
Yes!
Can we just do this?
German suplex!
Yes, we can do anything.
Yes, okay. So we can do anything. Does that mean we can shoot laser eye beams at him?
We can try.
I don't know if the Dark Knight can do that, but you could try.
Let's make waffles.
There is one beam that we're gonna get the close to use in a moment.
Sorry. Yes. That's why people are so frustrated.
Use the electric baton and the electric
I'd
baton.
make a joke and say Mother's Instinct, but I've already made it.
Between Doof and Perry.
And again, it'd be funny if we've seen the pilot.
Incinerates his entire body because the fire blasts in the back of the mouth.
Yeah, exactly. I hope that there was a rerun for the pilot of it sometime in the near future.
I can't phrase that better.
Because I gotta show you that one. That is what got me hooked.
I don't think there's
Hey there.
I'm calling it.
Yeah, I can't
I'm
phrase
calling
that
it now.
one.
It's going to be the weekend that I'm going to see Ash.
Oh, how about this?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My friends, time has expired. Let's see. Delta Frame 178. The Crimson Mech dashes to strike. What will the painter do?
Paint on the mech.
What?
You have 5 seconds to answer.
Suplex.
Dodge it.
That's awesome.
Does the painter even know how to do that?
Yeah.
2, 1, 0. Your time has expired. The Crimson Mech's golden whip slices across the sand and strikes the Dark Mech's neck, causing severe damage. The painter is thrown to the ground, hits the ground, and shakes violently.
I guess he didn't see
Multiple sensors go off in the cockpit. The Crimson Mech backs off and prepares for a third strike. The painter stands and readies his defense, but then an alarm goes off in the cockpit. Warning, ether amplifier fully charged. Warning, ether amplifier fully charged. My friends, what will the painter do? You have 30 seconds.
Use. Press the button. Press the button. And
Activate
then use
ether
the laser
amplifier.
beam to rocket jump
Holy
away.
fire strike! Or whatever it's called.
If the amplifier is fully charged and it's giving us a warning, you know what that means? We need
Again,
to
I'm
find a way to
speaking
enter.
a different word. Holy firestorm!
Ray, that's it.
This isn't the magenta.
Very.
I don't care. Grand Cathedral Ray.
We don't want to kill the Crimson Mech. He's not evil. He just doesn't know who we are.
I got an
Season
idea.
2.
I got an idea.
Trajan was literally telling us how awful it was that we wanted to kill the Crimson Mech, so we shouldn't kill the Crimson Mech.
We should do it like a sorcerer to punch the ground so hard we rocket into space.
Wait,
I'm afraid I don't have an answer.
I got an idea. We put all the ether energy into one hand and give it a slap of a lifetime. Not even its mother would be impressed.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time has expired. celery stick. I mean, cell VR. What will the painter do?
Oh no!
You know what to do.
I'm gonna be real, Chief. I've been falling asleep.
Press the button rocket jump away. Just say that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What do we
We'll
do?
rocket
Wait.
jump away, Kamehameha blast off into space. I don't know, Team Rocket blasting off again, but us.
Wait.
Team Rocket blasting
Wait, Sal. I'm going to need a single sentence. Try again.
Sorry, syntax error.
You gotta say the
we're pushing the
first.
Yeah. We're pushing we're pushing the button and blasting ourselves away. Team Rocket style.
It's called a tactical retreat.
The painter watches, the crimson mech ready its golden whip arcing under the sunlight. The next strike will surely be fatal. But the painter realizes the energy at his disposal, and he presses the blinking button for the ether amplifier in the cockpit. The dark mech's hands come together and generate a ball of glowing ether. The energy density is forbidden. He pushes his hands forward toward the crimson mech, and for a moment his foe stops and hesitates. But then he brings his hands toward the ground and he opens the fingers. The energy dissipates at an alarming rate. A destructive force erupts below the dark mech, launching it far, far into the sky. The dark mech is catapulted by the energy blast far to the horizon, away from the battlefield, away from the crimson mech, and has successfully escaped the battle. The crimson mech watches from a distance, and aside them, a sand cruiser surfaces with a familiar symbol. My friends, the painter travels far, far across the desert, until finally he arrives at a new city. My friends, this way.
My God.
I'm be proud of for that on my ether energy movement.
I set myself to the stratosphere. I'm a fire and a laser.
See a second.
My friends, the painter arrives at the great desert capital, the great desert kingdom of Bledvik. Everyone, enter the great desert kingdom and wait for me for your first quest.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, we're gonna meet a bunch of sand people. Let's go.
Just like Star Wars.
So many different rocks to taste.
Who made this world?
You're so in tasting rocks.
Like the
This
assets
is
or
really areas.
I was thinking like
You should stop by the
Oh,
junction.
stop.
They have many exotic rocks from across the galaxy.
The tower battle.
Why did I do that?
So many places.
Travelers, listen carefully and gather around. The story continues.
Delightful.
Me too, to be honest.
Travelers, the painter enters the great desert kingdom. He sees below him a busy market, people moving to and fro, buying and selling. There is a lot of supplies here, a lot of food. A lot of happy people. He feels a bit of relief seeing everyone talk and walk about. Finally, a place that has no violence. The painter enters the crowd, and he finds a quiet alleyway. He walks in there, and finally, he sits down in the shade. He breathes. Finally, he can rest. He thinks for a long while, but soon, footsteps approach. The painter looks up, and he is approached by two young men. They are wearing strange clothes, and one of them has an eye patch. They are looking at him. He stands up and readies for a fight. The two men identify themselves as desert pirates, the pirates that attacked him just now. They claim they want to help him. They need his power. For after witnessing what he did in battle, they wish to be allied. Travelers, to continue the story, to hear what these desert pirates have in store for the painter, you must complete the next quest. The next quest involves you searching the city of Bledvik for the following items or places. But before you begin, listen carefully. I will be waiting for you at the second area. No, the back of the third area. And you have 10 minutes to complete this quest. There is a door in this area that is broken due to this world not being completed. My fellow tour guide, Trajan, will stand in front of that door. My friends, please kindly do not enter that door, because if you do, you will cause everyone to have the floor despawn and fall through and return to the spawn room. If this does happen, do not worry. Simply click the reset music button and return to the door that says Bledvik. I repeat, if one of you accidentally clicks the door that Trajan will be blocking, please hit the reset music button in the spawn room and return to Bledvik. Remember, friends, don't go in the door that Trajan is standing in front of. Now then, you are required within 10 minutes to find the following. A aquarium as number 1. Number 2, the weapon shop. Number 3, the window exit of the hotel room. Number 4, the machine shop. There will be metal walls to identify the machine shop. And finally, number 5, the small toy mech on display. I repeat, number 1, the aquarium. Number 2, the weapon shop. Number 3, the secret window exit of the hotel. Number 4, the metal machine shop. And number 5, the small toy mech on display. You have 10 minutes. Do not be late.
Yeah, machine shop first.
Luna internet or something?
I don't know. She hasn't responded.
No, don't worry, me too.
Kinda going crazy like.
I love these stairs. Oh.
laying down for another elevator.
I found the armor. Oh, this is just like...
It's a house with the stairs.
I found the kitchen.
Follow that froggy car.
Oh. Ah, welcome, chap.
That is so dumb.
Please back away from the door.
Woo!
Go there again.
I don't remember where the freaking mech area was. This is where it is. Ah, now I found it.
Hmm?
My butt. What kind of a machine gun mode? I mean, charge shots and all that is pretty good in elemental weapons, but rapid fire.
Hi, hi.
Oh.
So, there's the mech toy. Now it's a machine shop.
What if it's the real avatar?
Why are you so
friends
big?
make along the way.
I disagree. Don't test me on avatar size.
Oh god, here comes
Oh.
giant Kramit.
Not the giant Kermit.
I'll change back before. What is this, some sort of battle arena stage? Alright.
Oh, no,
Who wants to fight me?
no, I got
Fisticuffs up
hit.
here.
Gavin, what are you sitting on?
Draw your weapon.
He's AFK.
Oh god.
That's the
Ah.
AFK pose for the rat. I've never
It's
seen
Kermit the
that.
Titan.
What's mine?
Crash at the
Oh no, I got hit.
crash at the Kermit.
I don't have one? Okay.
You're really vibing on the rib flick though.
Clash of the Kermit.
If only I was vibing in the Ritz car though.
Truest Battle Royale.
Vibing in the Ritz car. You seen that video?
Alright.
The one where that car just goes fucking flying.
Fisticuffs? Kinda looks like we're on a battle arena.
They are prestige. The sniper.
You wanna go?
Alright.
Oh, I didn't change back. I changed it to something else.
Ever heard of the game Chicken?
Chin punch!
Hey!
Oh dear, Vivid is dead.
Here we go.
Victory to the one with the briefcase.
Here, help that.
Poke him with a stick.
I got this. I'm taking him down.
Wait a second.
Oh shit, are we? What?
Alright, Panda, come on, I dare you to beat this. Face me in fisticuffs. I'm pretty sure I'll win.
Hold on. No, sorry,
His
hold
fist
on.
is
I'm
literally
having
the size of
traumatic
half your body.
flashbacks. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, just that tugboat reminds me of my dead daughter.
Where's that coming
well,
from?
Not dead
Here we
daughter.
go.
They went to
Back
college. No, never mind. You wouldn't understand.
They weren't your daughter because they went to college?
You're saying you two chicken to face me?
Basically, they got kidnapped by the medical operation. So Okay, alright, cool. Okay, alright, there you go. I don't know.
Want some cream raspberry?
Where do people keep getting Neil Navitators from anyway? That's only in the point. I don't fucking know. Okay, alright. Grab.
Garmin, you're thirsty.
Okay, alright, there you go.
I'm pretty sure I can handle
I need something to go with it.
You okay? Hit me with your powers. No holding back. I can handle it.
Count after the 30th.
See?
Okay, there you go.
I can handle.
Okay, look,
Is everything getting dizzy?
Why are half of the avatars just not showing up when everybody's using the same avatar?
Okay. The
I'm trying to get a top. Dude, there is a top-down view of it. Crazy.
Okay, alright.
Goddamn.
I pull up.
Time for me to crash into this go-kart stand.
I lost count after.
Almost time, friends. The others are making their way here now.
Oh, got me
If
the
only we
number
had a
on that
bell
truck.
like we do in Shade.
Anything that is derivative of rocks.
Hi.
We're gonna wriggle our way to the top, boys.
You could probably add a global bell sound to your avatar somehow.
If it's derivative from if it's derived from a rock, yes.
Alright. It's miles again.
Anything
Bring it
that's derived
on.
from a rock. So in other words, I have tasted every single thing we have seen.
Oh no.
Canfish, I can't.
We've changed colors. Can you hear me?
Shit, just there we go.
Don't worry. Look, you're evolving.
Rock testing.
Come on. We thought we had more time.
Infinitely better than wine testing. I couldn't get through the first one.
Travelers. Travelers, your attention, please. Gather around.
Everybody line up.
The story continues.
Oh god, it's a frog army.
Well done, travelers. Were you able to find all of the items and or locations?
Yes.
Yeah. Kinda.
Yes.
I see. Well done. The painter makes his way to a private space to speak to the two desert pots. They sit down with him And at this moment, they seem more sincere, more trusting. They explain to the painter that they are in fact desert princes. The princes to inherit the throne of Bledavik. However, many years ago, their father passed away, and upon his passing, a corrupt military leader took over. This leader slowly, year by year, organized the army under his control, disregarding the throne. The two young princes were, of course, too young to take over and speak against him. And eventually, they were ousted from the city. They were forced to live alone among loyalists on a sand cruiser, circling, scouring the deserts away from their home. The desert princes seek nothing more than to retake their home, retake the throne, and help their people from this corrupt leader. Chaos is in the city capital, and Bledavik has been attacking villages, neutral cities all over the map, all over the continent of Ava. The war continues with the nation of Kislev and their capital Nortun to the north. But that is but a distraction for the chaos caused by this corrupt leader. And thus, the Dark Mech has been identified as an asset, and the Desert Princes asked the painter for their help to pilot it, to fight against this corrupt leader, to attack the capital, this castle that stands behind me, and take back the throne. The painter thinks for a long while. He realizes he has a decision to make. While he's thinking, the Desert Princes remind the painter that if he helps them, they can in turn help the painter find the woman from his memory. The painter ponders this and spends some time alone amongst the market, amongst the celebrations in the city. He realizes he never told the Desert Princes about the woman. And thus, travelers, you have a choice to make. If you wish to trust the Desert Princes and help them take back the throne, stand next to my fellow tour guide, Trajan. If you wish to not trust the Desert Princes and go your own path, stand next to me over here. Make your choice.
Frog Gang has to stick together.
I would recommend Frog Gang to go
Frog Gang, Trajan. Frogs must stay together.
I wasn't expecting for him to mention the Berlin Dreams. I was expecting
Eat the rich.
the pilot.
Big power to the proletariat.
And oh my
There we
god.
go. We going French Revolution in this bitch.
I don't care.
Vive la
This is gonna count.
Vive la France!
Vive la France!
Vive la France! Vive la France! Vive la
Viva la frog!
I think we can be more afraid.
Viva la frog!
Power to the people!
Power to the frog!
Don't the French eat
Viva la consciousness!
Yes, they do.
Yeah, that's why we're going down.
We are revolting because they eat the French. They eat the French. They eat the frogs.
The French eat the French.
That have chosen my path. To not trust the desert princes, please step over here.
Alright.
Frog gang.
Frog gang.
Frog gang. I'm gonna crash into raving.
Raving.
Raving, yes!
You just like to threaten them and they came
Viva
back.
la frog!
Woo!
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Great heavens, the frogs are plentiful.
How are we making these cars jump?
Yes, the frogs are
With the
lovely
power
tonight,
of our
darling.
Frog power.
Magic, cart.
Ribbit.
Or maybe because this car is clearly built for a frog, maybe there is like a special jumping pedal.
Hydraulics go burn.
It's like the Flintstones cars, there's a hole on the bottom.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Sometimes I wonder if we make Trajan reconsider his boring decisions.
Trajan just
I don't
hides
think
all
Trajan even
avatars.
sees this. Yeah, because he hides avatars, so I don't think he even sees any of this.
He probably just sees like
I'll make some
floating
flips real
torsos hopping.
He sees a bunch.
He just sees,
he
just sees all the gray avatars.
Gray blobs jumping.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Alright, the other group has departed. My friends, you have made your choice. This branch of the story, just like the overall tour, has multiple endings within it. The story continues as follows. The next morning, the painter and two desert princes hastily throw together a plan to storm the castle and force the corrupt leader off their throne. At dawn, they launch their assault, using the painter's dark mech to blow the door open. The palace foyer fills with smoke and debris, and they fight their way through the castle. However, upon reaching the throne room, they discover that the corrupt leader laid a trap out in anticipation of this attack. Enemy mechs force the painter to abandon his own mech, and he escapes with the two desert princes, forced to flee Bledavik, running back out into the desert. This way, friends. I hope your tires don't get stuck in the sand. Or I hope they do.
Frog gang! Yeah, guys, make sure.
Oh, we've lost the mech.
Yes.
Bee hopping through the desert.
Hop out at the after party. Back to the road.
Just see a squad of frog cars menacingly jumping towards you.
I know.
You started this.
All the things. It's like, I'm just gonna race around the demo. And before I start this.
So who wants to race me on Rainbow Road?
We're the frog boys now. Turn those wheels, boy.
Vive la frog.
My friends, the story continues. As the painter and two desert princes flee, guards and soldiers alike give chase. They catch up, almost getting closer and closer. Just when it seems as though they might be caught, everything begins to shake. The entire desert trembles, the sand shifts. Another sand ship? No. Nearby, a mountain is born and the dunes lift up. From the ground emerges a colossal metallic vehicle. The painter steps back, afraid, but the desert princes rejoice. When the sand settles, the two princes rush to board the vehicle, and the painter follows them. They have been saved by the sand submarine, the Yggdrasil, the center of operations for the desert princes. Let's all board now, friends. Please follow me.
Alright, what? Frog, there's a rotten.
It's a
Don't
last
click on
frog
it
there's
just
a
yet.
tadpole. Last one there's a tadpole.
Wait here a
Yeah,
moment.
little baby
Oh, this will look familiar. This is gonna look familiar.
My friends, even though this is the Yggdrasil, you can see when you hover over it, it says Bart's Lair. If for any reason you need to return to this part of the tour, the shortcut door at spawn is called Bart's Lair. You can use that to return here. Well, friends, let's go inside and not leave tire marks all over the place.
Ah, yes, it does look familiar.
Ooh, some Bowser's Castle.
Oh yeah, we are.
Oh yeah. The janitor is gonna have to spend like hours cleaning this place up after.
Oh no, Bleachy. Whatever will he do?
My
he
wheels
has
are
work to do.
perfect for this sort of environment.
One could say that I'm already
Grind.
tired of this bit.
One could
The
say.
desert princes lead the painter to the docking station of the Yggdrasil. The Yggdrasil is currently below them, down this central elevator shaft. The princes tell the painter that even though their attack on the palace failed, they still will have other chances, and they still want to help the painter. But the captain will want the painter to earn his stay. The painter notices there are soldiers hurrying about in uniform. He gets the feeling something urgent is happening very soon. My friends, this way.
Oh yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I hope this joke doesn't croak.
No Luigi time.
Luigi time.
I'm ahead of all of you. I'm in first place. Well, that probably also means I'm susceptible to the blue shell.
Go ahead, you
Blue
burn
shell.
this, buddy. You can do it.
No one get a blue shell, please.
Just
Don't
like the
ruin my
mighty
fun.
I am the blue shell.
Do I have
The
one?
magic conch. Ask the magic conch.
I see we've now made it to a battle course.
Standing
It was
here
It was a trap.
in the middle of a simulated map is a tall, stern man, hands folded behind his back.
The captain of the Yggdrasil slowly turns. Everything is still. He stares down at the painter with an icy gaze. Breaking the silence, the desert princes introduce the painter to the captain. The captain seems unimpressed with how the painter presents himself. Nevertheless, he trusts the word of both desert princes and decides to give the painter a chance to prove himself and earn his stay. He asks the painter to complete an important task. Do listen carefully, as the captain is not one to repeat instructions. Outside this room, across the boardwalk, is the cafeteria. Your task is to go and get a hot cup of coffee. You have 30 seconds.
Onward!
You have 30 seconds. Go.
I'll take a cappuccino, make it iced
Oh,
cold.
here we go. Coffee.
Make
No.
2 creamers, please. No more than 2.
Yep.
Extra sugar, sweetener. A latte, make sure
Yep,
it's all
alright.
vegetarian.
Delicious coffee. By the boardwalk. Wait, do you mean
5, 4, 3, 2,
Coffee.
1. Huh.
Ooh, buttons!
The painter scrambles back with the coffee, spilling a few drops as he bumbles into the room. He hands it to the captain, who takes it with a straight face. But as the coffee passes his lips, he grimaces. Cold. The captain, desert princes, and painter all head to the top rudder wheel of the Yggdrasil. A note of warning before we go. If you find yourself in a vast, vast room, then turn around and leave. You'll only waste time in there. Follow me.
God, the fucking the jumping.
Click on the railing of the elevator to use it. Not the gate itself, the railing to the sides. Several people fell. We'll have to wait a moment.
Oh no.
To be fair, we got very tiny.
To be fair, that's your own fault.
I've accepted this destiny.
Ooh, Wheel, I want to put it.
Today
I'm
we mourn the
co-piloting
loss
this
of our
ship.
brethren who we lost to the trenches.
Yes, we mourn.
Wait, we lost someone? You guys almost lost me, and I came back. I fell through the
Man
gap
will be missed.
in the elevator. But I'm right
I
here.
know.
Man will be missed.
Is that a fucking
I
shit?
swear,
I'm right here.
sometimes I can still hear his voice.
Yes.
Holy shit.
But I'm
It's
hopping
almost like
right in
he's
front
still
of you.
here. God, I can hear his
You want
hop
some cranberry
in his
raspberry?
little car.
So
The blue froggy.
Of course I want some cran raspberry, you kidding? Fuck yeah.
Attention, soldiers. Come on.
Fuel.
Are we all here?
No,
I think so.
that was totally
Hellman.
not a lie.
1,000. Who is missing? This is not the time for games. The captain steps up to the wheel and takes hold of it. He says he has another task, a task of great import for the painter to complete. Behind you, you will see a hatch with red lights upon it. It will take you down inside the Yggdrasil itself, upon which we currently stand. Once in the upper floor, take the elevator to the lower floor, locate the infirmary, and count the boxes of supplies within said room. Don't just stand there, move!
Okay.
This way.
Familiar?
Which room was it? I think it was this room.
Yeah, it's right here, right here.
Library. That is the library right there.
Right here, right
This
here.
one?
Oh, infirmary.
Okay.
Count the boxes. 1.
Infirmary?
2. That's the highest number I can count to. Very convenient.
Just
Yo, just do it.
Okay.
Just do.
Sure you don't need to.
This looks familiar. Can't imagine why. If only there was a way to tell if it was a. I just had to double check if there was a second room.
Better than laundry. Did someone write down how many boxes there were?
I don't think we need it here.
Just in case, guys.
I'm
Well.
sure I can't remember how many boxes there are.
How many boxes were in the infirmary?
2.
2.
Really fun.
2.
Dos.
Yeah.
One big one. One
Dos.
small one.
The painter hurries into the Yggdrasil, trying to stay out of the way of the uniformed men who are scurrying about. He counts 2 boxes and brings this information back to the captain, who seems mildly impressed. Good, he says. He then agrees to give the painter an urgent task. Once more, take the hatch into the Yggdrasil behind you, but do not take the elevator. Instead, remain on the upper floor, locate the bridge, get the report for the captain, and bring it back here, post haste.
There we go.
Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Just to look familiar to the Ben here. Where's the report? I don't know. I'm guessing.
Familiar?
This one, I guess.
This looks familiar.
Can't imagine why.
Okay, pretend I found the report. I have the report. Come on, let's go.
Because you played the pilot. Can't imagine
Ah.
We have the report, sir.
Oh yes, the report. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel like a pilot myself.
Did I ask for the report?
It's debatable.
Yes.
You will in a second.
Not yet, I haven't.
Have you not?
Well,
Preemptive,
give me
sir.
that report.
Okay.
Okay, here's the report.
There you go.
The painter brings the report to the captain, who gives the painter a single nod of approval. Well done, he says. I think you have finally earned yourself a... Suddenly, everything turns red. The painter's eyes sting as alarms blare all around. What's happening? Demands the captain, and he pulls someone aside and checks a monitor. The escape pod alarm is going off. He looks at the painter. You there, Go to the escape pod in the barracks on the lower floor and find out why the alarm is going off. Hurry, move!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Good thing
Boop. Boop. Where's the barracks?
I think it was the place with all the laundry.
Wait, isn't it past the breakfast time?
But everywhere there's laundry.
Hello, in here.
Yeah. No, this ain't it.
Are these the
Oh,
pods?
this must be the escape pod.
Is it?
Oh.
How many frogs
It's
are
very
in there?
escapey.
All of them.
How many frogs?
0, what a shame.
Imagine you just open a hatch to an escape pod and there's just like 1,000 frogs all croaking at you.
Welcome to Egypt, where this is the plague.
Well, I call that croaktastic.
Croaktastic! Turbotastic!
Are we all here?
Yes, and I'm not joking this time.
Oh yeah. Okay. Maybe not.
There's a single lone person.
You weren't joking, but you were lying.
Soda is still out there, I believe.
I forgot that there was someone.
I see. Are they
He
AFK?
said AFK. Yeah.
Then we shan't wait much longer.
So,
The painter
Tricky and DJ
manages to locate the escape pod, and he sees a man here opening it. But he wears a different uniform. An enemy uniform. A spy. But it is too late, for the spy has seen the painter. However, the painter thinks quickly on his feet, and he claims to be on his side. The spy stops, turns, and narrows his eyes warily. If this is true, says the spy, then you should be able to answer me our spy's code. What can you only see in complete darkness? The painter is but one man, and can only give one answer. As a group, you must reach full consensus before 4 minutes expires. Your time starts now.
I guess it's late.
What can you only see in complete darkness?
Yeah,
A secret.
Darkness?
The light.
More darkness?
The light.
The light?
Darkness. The light.
That might be it,
Well, I mean, yes, but...
I mean, you can't see shit in
Well, it won't be light if it's complete darkness.
Yes, but that'll be the only thing you could see.
That's somebody else.
It's when light shows up.
Froggy car.
Yeah.
I think
I
I'm
see
saying light. dude.
Darkness?
The light.
The moon?
The light side of the forest.
Oh no.
What about inside
that,
of us?
that would no longer be darkness then, if you have
Yeah,
stars
exactly.
and moonlight.
In complete
What does that say?
darkness, what can you see in complete darkness?
The light.
The light.
What?
Yourself.
What light?
It's the light.
Oh, yourself.
That's the only thing you'd be able
The
to
light?
see is light.
Yourself
If
does
it,
make
when it
sense.
shows up.
Exactly.
does
If
seem
there's
to
light,
work
then
out.
it's not complete darkness.
What if it's a concept?
I think it's yourself.
It could be a concept. It could be a secret.
I would
In
say
complete
that was
darkness, you
mine.
can't
Sounds
see
like
a
a good,
secret.
good answer of being yourself.
I am still under the impression that it would be nothing because in complete darkness you can't
Nothing's
see
too
anything. So you
easy.
can see nothing.
Yeah, it's
So,
too easy.
You know. I mean,
Yeah, that would be
yes,
too
however-
obvious of an answer.
Okay, and yet
Sometimes
Guys,
the simplest answer is the right one.
Guys,
This is a
the
secret
answer is
code.
clearly
Occam's razor.
photosynthesis.
Who's the person who suggested photosynthesis? I'm going to beat with a stick.
Equal.
That one right there, officer.
We have to come to a consensus about the
Well,
answer
so
we're going to be
the
picking.
reason I don't think it's nothing is because this is a spy secret word. Nothing would
Yeah, this is
be
a code
like
word.
making the password.
Okay, so...
And the light sound... I really think it's the light. I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It really doesn't change the path.
I'm with you when you're
total
talking
thoughts,
when
you
you're
are
with your
with
thoughts,
that
you're
path.
reflecting on yourself, aren't you?
But Miles' answer of yourself also makes sense, because you can only.
Yeah,
well,
but here's the
tell
issue.
yourself.
We need to be unanimous about this, right?
But wait, you
Yeah.
can tell it's yourself, but can you see yourself? Like with your eyeballs?
Maybe it doesn't mean with your eyes.
Does it have to be physical?
Well, I'd imagine that when they say, what can you see, I would imagine that that's what the natural
Smiles has something to say.
using your eyeballs.
Okay, what are you gonna say?
Okay, alright.
It can't be proof because that's in the pudding.
I will beat you.
Something can.
I think it's the light.
Some can.
You have
saying
1
can.
minute to reach
We have
a
1 minute to
complete
speak.
consensus.
Alright. Here's
go
what I'd
light.
say. Since we have to reach a complete consensus anyway, we take a vote, but then we just...
Go with the majority.
Yeah, but then, yeah, we'll have to reach that consensus on our own.
Okay, left side of
You're
me,
gonna get
one
the majority
answer.
No matter what.
Right side of me, other answer. What are the choices?
Wow, very
We're gonna get the majority no matter what, because it's a unlocked path. But
if you want light, go to that side. If you want to choose nothing, come to me.
If you choose yourself, come over to me.
Okay.
So the light's over here.
I mean, I don't think. I mean, light does make sense, but at the same time, like,
Okay,
I guess
so
you're gonna go with himself. Who's yourself? So.
yes, thank you. For
You
following
have
me.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like most people are voting for yourself.
Yourself
I'm really.
has
I
the
guess yourself it
majority
is.
vote, so
Okay, then
Yeah,
yourself.
consensus reached?
Yeah.
Sure.
Consensus reached.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Again, it's
1.
Darkness does make sense.
The time has expired.
Not disagreeing there.
So, is the group fully agreed on a single answer?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that answer is what?
Yourself.
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 Yourself. This is what happens.
We lose. Or we win.
The painter takes a moment to ponder it. Multiple potential solutions passing through his mind, not sure how literal to take the question itself. And then he offers one word. Yourself. The spy slowly stands, turns to face him, and looks him dead in the eye. Despite only moments passing, to the painter it feels like centuries.
Can you guys use the musicless version?
Suddenly, there's a flash of steel and the spy lunges at the painter with a knife. The painter, filled with panic, does not know what to do. In a heartbeat, He thinks of the desert princes who stood up for him despite their attack failing. He thinks of the captain who finally saw some worth in the painter. And he thinks of the woman from his memories. And then the painter is struggling for his life. During the struggle, the painter is accidentally thrown into the open escape pod, and he lands on a button which closes the hatch, launching the pod. Follow me.
It's either darkness or light. Where could it go?
I think it was photosynthesis.
Oh yeah, definitely photosynthesis.
Quest
I
is
have
right
meta
there.
knowledge.
There is no correct answer.
I have meta knowledge pinned.
Just practice bar?
I think it was the first one, guys. It's the first one. Right here.
Alright.
Yeah.
Again, what the heck did I start? I'm good.
I'll be right back.
And you abandoned the frog gang.
The fact that the frogs have an underbody feels really weird. Like if you go up too high, you can look
But,
underneath the car.
Oh yeah.
But
If you actually look
no,
straight up,
I
you
wanted
can
my
see
full
yourself.
body and I wanted to use my feet, so and the frog car doesn't let me do that.
I can't see myself.
You have to like if you go under yourself, if you have that option.
Let's say.
My
Or
friends,
you go underneath someone else. Yeah, okay.
the answer was clearly Sadosh Erbanovskaya Diravananta Parampagan Siapiapi. The story continues.
Of course.
So obvious now.
The obvious answer.
The escape pod soars through the empty blue sky. There is only one window facing forward, so the painter cannot see behind him as the sky flashes bright. Moments later, a shockwave passes him loud as thunder, and he hears millions of tons of steel scream as an explosion tears the Yggdrasil apart. And he thinks, perhaps imagines, that he faintly hears voices in the explosion. Filled with guilt, confusion, uncertainty, the painter emerges from the landed pod on the far border of the desert. Looking around, there is one destination visible to him. The holy city of Nisan. My friends, this is where the branching path ends. Please, follow me, where we will wait for the other half of the tour group to finish their shenanigans.
Oh, no, they just,
just
I think they did because we suck.
Yeah, they literally just passed us.
Ah, then you were slow.
Yes.
Sorry, the sand got stuck in my tires.
Yeah. I got lost multiple times.
Because I'm
GPS
dumb.
ran out.
I
Disconnected.
think Sunny is Sunny still separated from us?
Enter here, friends.
Or something like that. And this place is described kind of oppositely.
So, did you lose your map?
Hey guys, have you tried the copper roofs? They taste amazing.
But it's
Sorry, we had sand stuck in our tires, so we took a bit longer.
Beep beep, we're done.
Doing, please.
We will not just make this joke croak.
You should really taste the copper roofs. They taste amazing.
Travelers, my friends, gather around. Gather around, travelers. Look at this beautiful place we're in. How did we get here? How did our adventure lead us here? Well, there's surely something wonderful here, isn't there? For us to travel through so many strange circumstances to end up here, surely a reward must be waiting for the painter. If not, at least for us. And if not, at least for the painter. Parks the dark mech outside. He wanders into the holy city. The light-colored stone walls shimmer with almost a rainbow glow from all the pebbles within. The sunlight is beautiful. The entire street glows. The cobblestone appears as if assembled by every color. The moss grows down the walls. It looks warm, like a blanket. And the painter soon spots people walking about. They're so happy. They're smiling. The painter smiles immediately when he sees them. Why is this place so happy? He walks in and looks around. He begins to walk the streets and speak with the people. He soon learns that this is the holy city of Nisan. This is the holy city of the church. The church of Mother Sophia. The painter hears the name and feels nothing. But he thinks about it. And he then hears the people speak more as he walks from shop to shop. They explain that this place was founded by the Holy Mother, a figure that leaded the people to hope, a figure that leaded the people with a new religion. The painter asks more questions about this, but he feels he needs to travel deeper. And thus, my friends, that leads us to our final quest. Travelers, your final quest lies within this city, and it is a bit different than your previous quest on this tour. My friends, listen carefully. You all must walk as a group, and as a group decide on the most beautiful, most scenic place in this city. Once you have decided, then you all must pose together for a group photo. One of you must take the photo. While you do this quest, your fellow tour guides will wait down by the exit. Please do not leave the city, and please search together for a beautiful place. And please have fun. My friends, this is your final quest, a group photo. Good luck.
This is
Alright.
What did I say? I was kind of too busy cuddling with my gun.
Yes, we must stick together.
We must spectate the
Oh.
areas.
Hey, if anyone strays too far from the group, kill them.
There's a temple.
Oh, well, we must kill all man.
Someone tall lead the group. I can't see anyone that's short.
I'm not the tallest one here.
We're tiny frogs.
You got some good towers there. Got a beautiful bridge above us. Maybe we should go above the bridge next.
My favorite place.
Too far from the group. We gotta kill them.
Where the other? This is where the other.
One group. One group.
Your first
Yeah.
Oh wait, you could go up there. Take a photo.
Oh,
I think
let's
go. Oh wait.
How about grab the bridge?
Let's go on the bridge. Yeah, let's go on the bridge. See what it looks like from there.
Hey, remember, there might be a weight limit.
Are you calling me fat because I'm thick?
The amount of people we have is not because I'm heavy. Is not.
We have negative weight, so we increase the capacity of the bridge.
There's trees up there.
Breaks the laws of physics. I don't see any police here, do you?
We're so
Can I get on top of the railing?
I'm gonna do great crime. I'm going to bust nut in Watertown.
How do I get on
Breaking the laws of physics. Hell yeah.
Okay. I found a really good place to
I
take
can
this
stand
photo.
on this
I do
razor
like it
thin leaf.
here.
I think I'll try to take it this time.
Let me just.
Alright.
Oh yeah,
Okay, I
someone
think
asked Sheen to
need to
join
switch
the
to a
photo.
normal
Well, a
avatar.
bridge is what you want, a bridge is what you'll get. It doesn't matter to me, I can freeze you all in frame and then like
I love the most purest of rock.
We need Sheen in the
The
photo.
most purest of rocks I've seen. This gun.
Sheen's getting in the photo.
So, frogs are lining up, right?
Well, we're lining up.
Ether.
This
This is the most pure.
Hold my pose.
Ether,
then.
this is the most purest of rocks I've ever found. It's so pristine.
Trying to.
Okay.
Alright.
And your beard back up.
Well, we have to wait for everyone else.
How did you know that
Okay, alright.
punching my face would make me grow a beard?
Alright.
I almost slapped it.
You there, stand in front of the panda man, because
I've been requested to join. Where should I stand?
we're gonna put an empty space over here, or over by the arch.
And now it's glued in.
Like right
To the left of
here.
Just don't touch my gun.
Okay.
I
I think you guys are all looking the
What did you
same
say? Right here.
direction, though.
Flying above
Over
us
here.
would be good.
Right here, you say. Alright. What about Trey Jim? Where should Trey Jim stand?
I
have my place.
I feel like
Yes, trade him his phone.
He's in the better place.
I'm in a better place.
Alright. Let me know when you're ready, and then I will freeze everyone.
He's going gobbo.
Woo!
I'm ready to take the photo.
I am as well.
Yep. I think we're all ready.
Alright, I'm taking photos. Count of three.
What should we say on the count of 3?
Photosynthesis.
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 Photosynthesis sounds good.
Tactical retreat.
Taking pictures.
Photo simp.
If you don't say that, it's a protected sub.
Photo simps of this, as he always.
User Kitty, would you prefer that I use the picture that you're using this avatar in, or the other one? Because you changed avatars while I was taking pictures. That one? Okay.
All right,
all of them.
travelers, well done. You've taken a group photo in record time. What an act of synchronicity, unity. Travelers, make your way to the exit this way.
We have the froggy car mind. We are a hive mind of frogs. Ribbit.
You are way more organized than the Mongols. That's impressive.
Oh my goodness.
That's impressive. That's impressive. Like surpassing the organization of Mongols.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's impressive. I didn't break, but I failed the flip. I cannot do the Trajan backflip.
The painter speaks more with the locals of Nisan. He learns that Mother Sophia taught a great many things to the ancestors of everyone here. They often speak of their teachings to their children. Many words of typical church teachings can be heard, but one thing stands out, not heard by many, to the painter. It seems that Mother Sophia told the people that in times of dire need, instead of praying to God for fairness, instead, pray to your innermost thoughts and feelings. Everyone seems confused, perplexed by this. But the painter listens, and he thinks he understands. The people that tell him this teaching don't quite understand the meaning. But they tell him anyways because it seems important. And the painter continues. The painter sees the cathedral. He suddenly feels something click. Something he knows he's heard before. Yes, something he has to trust within all the parts of his own self, acting together and unity. The spire of the cathedral resonates in his eyes, and he realizes his final destination is before him. My friends, welcome to the grand finale of the tour. This way.
Oh yeah.
Runs across the cathedral balcony.
This bridge is very tiny.
It's normal size for us frogs.
Oh.
That's true.
Beautiful.
Praise the cube!
Is that you?
Praise the mighty cube!
Holy shit. Holy shit. It's the lore of Madness Combat.
Did I stutter?
Perfect. Enlightenment.
I bow to the mighty cube. I said bow
Beware
to the cube.
the spear. Beware the spear heretics.
Oh, wait,
My friends,
I don't want to ruin this one.
gather around and listen closely. If you look carefully, you can see each angel only has one wing. At this point in the tour, I ask all tourists or my friends, travelers or observers, why are you here? What are you doing? You observe this statue, and my question to you, reflected of all of those reasons is, what do you think this statue symbolizes?
God damn it, I was just about to say that.
There it is. We all saw it coming. We all saw it. Somebody needed to say it.
You all laugh. But this room was constructed in the real world before that scene. You know which scene I'm speaking of, don't you? This room was constructed before that scene was rendered. Your accusation holds no ground, and so I ask you again, travelers, what does this statue represent?
It means the best things in life cannot be seen or touched, but must be felt with the heart. Oh God.
No, wait.
Does this mean I love you?
I know this one. I know this
Smile
one.
says unity.
The program?
Call back true understanding.
The separation
No,
of
you-
unity and entropy.
How do you do anything with
vision
one
that you
wing
cannot reach.
unless you have someone else?
Unity?
How do you do anything without one wing? I've heard unity. Let's see. Zared. X-A-R-E-D. Do you have an answer?
Unity?
No. Sumoko. Do you have an answer?
We can only fly together.
Only fly together. That insinuates many things, yes. Tricky Cat, do you have a different answer?
Pretty similar, that being together you can do much more than by yourself.
You are not wrong, Tricky Cat. One more. D-Joy Remix, do you have an answer?
Nope. I do not.
Stop spinning then so you can think.
Very well. Well said, friends. All of you were not wrong. What you said aligns with what the church would teach the people and what Mother Sophia would say. Humanity works together, helps one another to live or to fly, as to say. Realizing one is not whole, and you must give up part of yourself to be held by another in order to be whole, in order to fly, or to be understood. Yes, this is the gospel of the Nissan Church. But, my friends, there is a deeper meaning to this statue. A meaning only known to Mother Sophia and the sculptor himself. To completely understand another view, to perceive their observance through your eyes, to withstand their hate, to value their love, to weigh their sorrow, to be clean enough to understand their happiness, to be compassionate enough to support their determination. Is this not the definition of true love? Is this not what it means to be as one? As one. As one. My friends. My very good friends. I'm sorry. I've inserted personal things that may have no place here. However, I have one final surprise for you. There will be time for my retribution. Time for my punishment. But for now, please, enjoy my final surprise. My friends, this way.
Obey the cube.
Was that originally in the script?
Oh, yes.
It's hard to know. Oh, okay.
Once again, my worst enemy, stairs.
I love stairs. Don't you fucking love
He sees himself run across the cathedral balcony, running up flights of stairs.
Whoever says they're a car, at least you have better
Until he finds
better
sunlit
better adventures than the Daleks.
with a portrait.
I will ignore the fact that they can fly.
This way, friends.
Yeah, Delta, they can just float.
More stairs.
More stairs. What is this? Mario 64?
Travelers, stop. Travelers, stop.
Stop.
Travelers, stop. Travelers. It. It's my greatest honor to introduce you. To introduce you to Sophia. Hey, travelers. This way.
Oh, hello, Sophia.
Yo.
What's your Instagram?
I don't think there's Instagram in this domain.
Wow. So we finally see her.
Yep.
I've already
Wow,
kissed
she
the
looks
walls.
just like the appraiser. Wow, she looks
I've
just
already
like
tasted
Silent.
Nothing less.
I have
The
already tasted
story
the walls.
continues.
The mother or the pilot?
That was probably.
I don't know which one. Anyway.
Here, in this room, Sophia sat in that chair as the painter captured her likeness. Into this portrait, every ounce of his being went. Every feeling he had ever felt was infused, as if recorded in text via strokes of his brush. Sophia watched him. She watched him paint, and she fell in love. This room, this time capsule, was observed by so many. It belonged to them. As if the laws of those observed isolated it. The outside watched, freezing, wanting to preserve this forbidden event. And my friends, something amazing happened. You see, the painter and Mother Sophia wanted this place to last forever, as typical lovers do. It was the only place a commoner from the outskirts of the holy city, from a village far away, and a religious figure could be together. They thought exactly the same thoughts as those above them. Are some of you beginning to understand what's going on here? And so the painter acted before the gods. Before. Well, the fan fiction. The painter lied. He told Mother Sophia that he lacked the pigments necessary to complete this portrait, and thus he delayed its completion by many weeks. Again and again he returned home as long as the story would allow it. But Sophia was no fool. She knew what was going on. However, she wanted it so. She loved his lies. She cherished them, waiting for him to say it each time. And she thanked the gods each time he pretended to deceive her. Unfortunately, my friends, on one of his return trips home, the painter blacked out. When he woke up, everything had changed. Hundreds of years had passed. He rushed back to this cathedral. He didn't know where he was going, where he came from. But when he arrived, he noticed the cobblestone streets. The walls looked different. The people were different. He spoke to them, trying to figure out what was going on. Why did no one know where Sophia was, yet spoke of her and her influence? He sees the cathedral, and he runs for it. He breaks inside, breaks past the communion. He goes upstairs, past the balcony. He looks at the statue and he feels a twinge of pain as he sees the two angels almost touching. A heavy mimetic weight pulls down on him just as he opens the door to this room. He slams it open and runs in and is hit by the warm sunlight. The chair is gone. The easel is gone. The paints are gone. The portrait is hung on the wall, incomplete. And Mother Sophia is gone. You see, travelers, this entire time, we have been following the villain of this story. And thus, the painter falls. Welcome to the neutral ending of The Painter.
Made it!
Boop, boop. Clapping noises, clapping noises.
Wow.
This may be a bit quick, but will there be a time where we can actually see the good ending?
Yeah, in a few weeks.
Alright.
Alright, whatever you do, do not stand on those or you will be yeeted.
Travelers, thank you for your time. Thank you for making it this far. I have a few things to tell
I
you.
sat on one of them and I plumped into the sky.
If you like what we do, if you want to hear The Painter 2, please donate to our Patreon. It's only $3 a month. We work hard behind the scenes, and we try to do this every Saturday. This is for fun, for free. And donating to the Patreon grants you access to play NPCs in the tour, like the prison guards from today. So, travelers, I hope you had fun, and I hope you look forward to what happens to the painter. And I'm done.
Fuck, where can I throw my money at you? There.
Shut up and take my money.
Take my money and my hearts. Don't ask where I got them. I have them.